In this video, I want to cover something we added new with our Instance Analyzer version 2, and it's really just the ability to add comments to your existing finding records. And really reason why we did this, we found that there were many cases where we needed to not just skip remediation or mark remediation or mark a finding as being remediated now, but be able to add some additional information about we're going to plan this for later, or we need to capture more information, or I'm going to get information about this, that, or the other, and kind of use comments as a way to keep history of information or decisions that are made in regards to a given finding. So let me show you a little bit of kind of how that works. So if we go into any of these reviews and you go to the findings area, and this is one of my other videos that covered security and roles. So this is specific to users who have an editor or admin kind of role. Viewers don't have the ability to add comments. But any of these findings I can open up, or any of these groupings of findings I can open up, and in the items you'll see a new option in here for add a comment. It's a pretty simple interface. Come in here, I can say, here is my comment. I can save that, and you'll see I have a comment right here. So now if another user comes in and looks at this, and they'll open up the same item, right, they will see that comment, right? And so one thing that's a little different is if you're the one looking at the comments, you'll see basically your comments are kind of on the left and kind of colored a little differently with kind of this orange kind of color. If it's a other person's comment and you're in your, like in this case, not as myself, it'll show up on the right with that kind of greenish, kind of tealy kind of color here. All right, so same thing, I can add another comment here. Here is a comment from EIA editor, right, as an example. And obviously they're kind of stacked based off of timing of when those are pushed in, kind of summarized with kind of their initials on these comments. Now one thing to highlight with this is given the space here, the way we're doing this, we're only showing the 5 most recent comments here. The full list, if you were wanting to see where these get stored, is in the actual finding records itself. You'll see kind of a comments, additional details area of this finding record is where these comments are getting recorded. Last thing to highlight in the settings, if we do not want to have the comments be available, you will see an option here for show comments added to findings, on-off switch to disable or turn it off to disable that option if you do not want to see it. Turn it on if you do want these added comments to be part of those records you can store. So hope this is helpful. Hopefully this adds a little extra detail that you can add to your working activities of your findings and put more information around kind of what's happening as you're working those findings. Thank you.